Do you have any regrets leaving Nigeria?
I don't have any regret at all. I won't have any regrets in the next 15 years, in the next 20 years.
Are you a Guys, I promise you today's video is going to be so much fun. You remember in one of my videos I talked about learning a skill before coming to Canada? Well, today I have the privilege of interviewing a great photographer from Nigeria who has chosen this city to be his new home. So if you're a photographer, or even if you're not a photographer, maybe you're just a person who plans to run a business when you relocate to Canada, you will definitely enjoy this video and you'll learn a thing or two from this young man's journey. So stay tuned. So good to have you here, boss. Thank you for agreeing to do this today. I already said on my channel here that I was going to bring someone, to talk about the business of photography here in Calgary. So I really appreciate you being on this channel.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I look forward to interviewing you sometime, maybe 2 years or 3 years from now when you become a chairman of this place.
Yes, so very well, very well.
So by God's grace, yeah.
Thank you
very much. And this is Mr. Ador. How do I call your name? What's your actual name?
Yeah, Mr. Ador Yishak
Abia. Yeah, Yishak Abia is a big man from Lagos. He's a big photographer, and I'm just going to ask you a series of questions. So the essence of this video actually is to give people an insight as to what the business of photography is, and for someone like you who has moved from Lagos to Calgary, what the differences are and how you're finding it so far. When did you land here again?
I moved here with my wife some months ago. That's April. And we're in August right now.
August, yes.
Of 2023. In case
yeah, August, April. That's about 4 months now.
Yeah,
April,
4 months,
May, June. Yeah, that's about 4 months now. So, so the first question I'm going to ask you here basically is, how did you end up in Canada? Like, what program, what stream, what program how did you find yourself in Canada?
Oh yeah, my wife actually wanted to study. She wanted to do a course just to improve herself.
Okay.
And we recently got married last year.
Yeah, I saw the photos. Congratulations.
Yes.
And really good.
So we got married last year. We've been together for quite some time.
Yeah.
And she just wanted to study to improve her business and just improve herself. And yeah, finally we found ourselves here in Canada.
Yeah, so she came in, I'm guessing that's through the school program.
Yes, through the school
program.
Okay,
so I know many people on my channel many people want to come to school in Canada. So I'm just going to leave your handle on the screen right now. So if anyone has any questions, whenever you have time, I know you can be very busy here in Canada.
Yes.
I also know many people who want to learn photography. So in that regard, I'm going to leave your details on the screen, and you guys, if you have any questions for him, you can reach him on Instagram. Just send him a DM.
Yes, so
he's a busy man, but when he has time, he's going to definitely connect with you.
I like to answer immigration questions. If I had my way, I would
be an agent.
Yes, I mean that takes a lot of work, but I really want so many photographers to come. We have so many talented photographers in Nigeria, and I always wish, and every other person, I love you guys to come. So you can ask me any question, I'll gladly answer.
Okay, yeah, sweet. So my second question for you is going to be, why did you choose Calgary? Like, why did you guys come to Calgary? There are so many provinces and so many cities in Canada, so why Calgary?
It was my wife. I mean, she's more of a city girl. I just even want to say it's God, to be honest. Our own journey was completely God. It kind of happened. It felt like it was slow, but it happened fast and it happened at the right time. Wanted to go somewhere close, and off camera we're discussing about it. It was actually Lethbridge.
Yeah.
And to be honest, a few days ago I passed Lethbridge and I didn't imagine living in Lethbridge. So we're actually very excited. We didn't know anything about the tax, the lower tax and all that in Alberta. But yeah, we find ourselves here. And
I know many people want to come to Alberta basically because the taxes here are low. The cost of living here is lower compared to other big cities. Like the cost of living is high if you compare to the lower cities, but compared to Toronto and Vancouver, for instance, like the cost of living here is low. So I know many people want to come here also
Yes.
because you pay less taxes. So yeah,
I
that's
mean, it
valid.
was when we were at the airport, or the Uber guy that brought us from the airport, I was like, "Oh yeah, you're at the right province. The tax is low." And we didn't even know anything about that.
Yeah. Okay. So my next question for you is this: I know you've been here for a short time,
Yeah.
but are you regretting leaving Nigeria?
Oh.
Do you miss your family? Do you miss food? Do you miss friends? Do you have any regrets? I know it's a short time, 4 months, but do you have any regrets leaving
Maybe you
Nigeria?
can re-ask me the question if I don't answer some things. But let's start with food. Yeah, I don't miss any food because we actually brought a lot of food stuff.
You're an Akwa Ibom man.
Yeah, I mean, we brought a lot of food stuff, so we're cooking. We cook everything that we want. We have everything.
Nice.
We're not missing Maggi, no single thing. So once the food stuff is running out, we make sure we buy more again from Nigeria. So I don't miss food. So what's the other question?
Yeah, so do you have any regrets leaving Nigeria?
I don't have any regret at all. I won't have any regrets in the next 15 years, in the next 20 years.
Are you not a loyal Nigerian? You're not loyal to your country.
I'm very patriotic.
You're
I'm
patriotic.
very patriotic. I love Nigeria, but yeah, I don't miss Nigeria. I just think it's just a step. It's just a step. Maybe someday I'll find myself back there to like set up a business, because I think there's still serious business opportunities back home.
Yeah, because Nigeria has a large human resource. Like you have over 200 million people, which is huge. Like that's why it's easy for people like say Dangote. Like all you need to do is to sell a good for 1 naira to 100 million people.
Oh yeah,
and then you're blown.
But
here, like, how many are we in Canada? it's so small.
It's a lot of work.
Okay, yeah. My next question for you is this: so as a photographer, one who was like quite established, you're already big in the scene in Nigeria, like almost everyone knew Mr. Adore, you were doing good. How easy was it for you leaving Nigeria, like packing all your stuff, making a decision to like, you've already built your clientele, you already had people you service. Like I know for me, when I was leaving Nigeria, one of the biggest things was like, I even had weddings coming up, but I had my ticket booked already. So like, how easy was it telling your clients, oh, like I wouldn't be here anymore and I wouldn't be servicing
this particular thing, we can talk about it from now till tomorrow.
We'll make it short.
Yeah, I don't want this YouTube video to be very long. But yeah, it was the easiest thing.
Really?
The easiest thing that I've ever done. Like it was so easy because I think, was it 2017? That was when I knew like Nigeria was not for me, you know, like I just needed to like move out because I didn't really understand what was happening. The whole, it was a bit, talking about the business, it was very challenging for me. Very, very challenging, from having clients who would want to owe you, who would not really want to appreciate you for your service, you know. I had the opportunity of working with one lady. I would have loved to mention her name here, and she came from the United States, and the way she treated me differently from the way most of the Nigerian clients, you know, and I really appreciated it, you know. And then I don't, my client that might watch this, please don't feel bad. God bless you. Thank you so much for booking me. I mean, it's Nigeria, you know. We don't. Yeah. Maybe I also did that to people, you know, maybe Uber drivers and all. But she just showed me a different, that you can actually get more, you know. You don't need to. It was a lot of work. It was a lot of struggle, and I wish any photographer that wants to come, just make sure you have your money, have your statement. I can guide you through the process from like, just come, photograph anybody. Just come, you know. Yeah.
That's very interesting, because I know one of the major problems with doing business in Nigeria is people don't see value many times in what you do. And just like you said, now I once did a shoot for some clients who came from the US. Then I was in Ibadan, I was in Nigeria, and it was just different. Like there was so much respect, and there was you could see that these people valued my time. They valued what I did. They were so appreciative. And how much was that job? Like maybe like $100.
Oh yeah.
And but like it was, I had no issues. I started to ask myself, like, these are the kind of clients I want. This is what I want for myself.
So sweet.
So yeah.
I mean, I had a shoot yesterday, and the client, I told her, oh, the shoot is so amount. She didn't do the transfer immediately. I don't know what happened, but when I reminded her, she added a $10 tip. And I mean, it's just $10, right?
Yeah.
But it meant a lot.
Yeah. That means she appreciated and she valued.
I don't think I can remember in the past how many years I've done photography. I don't think I can remember anybody who gave like
Extra.
a tip. I'm not downplaying. I had so many people. I really appreciate their small 100K. I really appreciate it, but it's a different story. It's a different. So it was very easy for me to pack my bags and leave. It was very, very easy because I knew now I didn't want that, you know.
Yeah.
I just wanted to come somewhere where there's peace of mind and all that. I'd like to. Okay, that's okay.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, that's really interesting to know, because like I think we were quite different on that. For me, it was a bit challenging. Maybe because I had jobs lined up. I also knew I was going to miss some. Till today, I have clients send me messages telling me, oh, like they really miss my services and stuff. So yeah, but I know we all have this goal.
Don't mind those clients. Those like to cut you. See,
the price.
I've had a little opportunity to travel to just few countries, right?
Yeah.
So I spent a little time, like maybe a month, 2 months, 3 months outside, and I just keep updating my status. So happy that okay, I find myself in so country, and before you know, I start to have so many clients buzz me. Oh, when are you coming back? We need to shoot. It's a lie. I find myself back in the country. Oh, yeah, now let's shoot. They are nowhere to be found, you know.
I see.
Maybe your own clients are different, but I mean, that's how they are. Sometimes they just want to just comment.
Yeah.
They're happy to see you out there, but they also want to ask to know, oh, what's this person doing in this country? They just want to monitor you sometimes.
Yeah.
They want to know if you've relocated. They want to know if you're coming back, you know. So
nice. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so I know you and I, we've done a wedding together here when we came, and like I just want to ask, what's the difference between working here as a photographer, like a wedding photographer, and working in Nigeria? What do you say the difference is? For me, I would say, if you ask me this question, I know one of the things I enjoy the most here is the fact that I get to flex. Like, there is not much pressure. And compared to the days in Nigeria where like I have to go talk to somebody, I'm hungry, I need food, like I'm somewhere from 5 a.m. to like 10 p.m. in the night, and people still don't respect that time and that value. So here, people are paying me by the hour. Yes. So I get to flex. So I don't know what it is like for you, and what you think the difference is between...
It's a lot of peace of mind. Like, it was only my wedding that felt like this wedding we shot a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
Because it was small, everything was, and it just kind of reminded me of my own wedding. And there's this piece. I was supposed to leave this wedding that we shot. I think you left before me. I was supposed to leave by 10. Yeah. And when I was even packing my bags, I was feeling guilty. Like, the event has not stopped. Why am I? Why you're supposed to
let me just ask, did you have people that they come to tell you thank you?
I mean, they appreciate you, you know. You're in the same room chilling with them, and even the groom, the way he was relating, it was really nice. And we're standing, maybe you might have forgotten, we're standing close to the entrance, and somebody came to give us burger, like, come on,
I remember.
Try now. It doesn't happen. So like anytime I'm going, I don't even want to ask anybody for food. I make sure I buy my snacks, Chicken Republic. This is not promo for Chicken Republic. I make sure I buy my Chicken Republic, you know, and eat before the event. Just make sure I'm very
full
good,
tank,
you know.
Full tank.
Yes, so I don't want to beg anybody and ask for food. And they be like, oh, photographers are not supposed to eat, or there's no budget for photographers. I mean, you're spending a lot of money on your wedding, but to just give photographers food is a big deal. So I kind of came with the same mindset here, and I made sure I ate before I went for that wedding. But they still brought burgers, still brought the same food. I mean, same portion, and it felt so good. It's a lot of peace of mind, and yeah, it was really exciting.
One major incident that happened when I was in Nigeria too. I was shooting a wedding. And we didn't eat, myself and the second shooter, we didn't eat all day. Like, we had been there like since early in the morning, like 5 a.m.
Yeah.
And it was evening. Food had finished at the reception. But they were serving Chapman to special guests.
Yeah.
Then I went, my second shooter went over to the lady and said he wanted a drink. Like, there was no way he could go out at that time to buy stuff. Me, I don't go personally because I try to avoid embarrassment. And then she said, no, like, this one is for special guests. For special.
Oh my God.
And that guy got so angry. So myself too, I got angry and I went there. I went to, what does she mean like that? This is for special guests. And I pointed at the state that's the bride there. That even the bride cannot tell me that. So it escalated, and then the bride had to come, apologize, and told them to give. I didn't take the drink. I felt like really So I think the major problem also is like those event planners and people who serve food at the events in Nigeria. They feel like they are the gods and like they just make your life so difficult. But here, like nobody cares about anybody.
It's always
I don't care about everybody here.
It's always good to understand the system, right? So for me, I kind of got used to it, and I was never upset. And like at the beginning stage, I mean, I just made sure I had my food, eat. And if I want to be petty, I bring in the Chicken Republic pack and eat it at the venue. Just choose one side and just eat, because it's annoying. It's not even the bride and groom's fault.
Yeah.
But I want to also always put that blame on the event planners.
Yeah,
like
the event
prioritize
planners,
the photographers, you know. I don't know.
It's a lot of work. Okay, thank you for answering that. My next question is how easy has it been for you getting new clients here? Are people finding you? How has this journey been? You're coming from Nigeria where you left a lot of clients and now you're in a new place. How easy has it been for you? Your PR, I see your sponsored ads.
Yeah.
Are people finding you? Are people booking your services?
Is
it easy?
I just think everything is a process, and I'm just taking it one step at a time. The current level I'm at right now, I didn't expect to be at the level, you know.
Nice.
Already having people. I haven't really started promoting weddings, right? But I'm already having people say, "Oh, we have our wedding next year, 2024," and it's so strange to me, you know. In Nigeria, when somebody wants to book you for something, they either even book you that day and say, "Oh, and I want the pictures. Tomorrow is my birthday," and you are shooting them 12 midnight. I really appreciate Nigeria because it kind of built me.
To teach you lessons.
I'm ready to deliver anytime. I don't think consign me with the time frame. No shakara. If I get the job and the client says, like, I'm ready for that, you know. But I really appreciate. I've been trying to use Facebook sponsored ad, and it's been coming out really well, really well. So I'm just trying to come up with a new strategy now to put in a lot more effort to maybe pay more for the ads. Do just different ads, advertise headshots, advertise weddings, just push everything out there. To make sure
I must tell you, like they work for sure. When I came to, that was one of my strategy too. So I just don't do them anymore now, because like the problem I'm having now is I don't even have enough time right now, because I do my regular job and I don't want to advertise them. When you reach out to me, I tell you I'm not available. Well, I remember when I started out, like one of my strategy was to do sponsored ads, and it really works. Like people just scroll and they just see this random person, they check your page, they send you a DM. So I'm happy to see that you're really doing good, and like people are reaching out to you. And people reach out long before their events here, because like people who are reaching out to you in 2024, don't be surprised they booked their venue now, because like the summer period is so short. So that is when people do most of their events. So they do their booking way ahead of time. And I'm happy to hear that. Well, my next question for you is, will you do photography full time in Canada? Do you have bigger plans? Or
I don't think so. And not because I don't think photography will be sustainable, but because I just want to try something else, you know. I want to just go into a different industry. I've been doing photography. When I checked, Facebook reminded me for about 11, 12 years.
Oh, wow.
Now, so it's... I mean, I'm still not at the level I want to be in photography, but I just want to try something else, a different industry, and do photography part-time.
Yeah. And just like I was saying, like before, the first time I heard of you was like so many years ago. I had not even started photography. I can't remember the exact year, but it was through my neighbor, my friend. We grew up together, Ridwan Shitu Paparazzo. And then he told me like, oh, like there's this badass guy in school that takes photos of us. He was always saying visions. So I think I was always hearing that, and then I was like, who is this guy? Say, must be so good. And so that was the first time I heard. Before I knew Visions Photography was Mr. Ado, and Mr. Ado is Visions Photography and stuff. So that was how I first got to know you. So my next question for you is, I know you haven't filed any taxes yet. You're new because you would file your taxes next year. But would you say there's a big market for photographers here? And can a person survive month to month?
Oh, yes.
Would you say there's a big enough market to make someone survive?
Yeah, I think so. I see a lot of potentials, but I just think you need to work hard. And for me, if I wanted to face photography full time, I'll be more than glad to put in that work. Yes, there's a lot of potential. There's a big market, big opportunity for photographers out here.
I see.
In Calgary.
I'm glad you see it that way. And yeah. So are you looking forward to your first Canadian winter?
Hey, voila.
You don't buy jacket.
Oh, not yet. I just have few, but man, because I've heard how depressing. I made sure I was ready, like mentally. I'm still ready mentally. I don't want that winter to affect me. To the glory of God, I have my wife who we always talk and we motivate ourselves to say we wouldn't allow anything weigh us down.
Yeah.
We wouldn't have issues with ourselves, you know.
Yeah.
And I want to experience that winter and see what people always talk about.
I must tell you one truth, that you're lucky you're coming here as a married man, because sometimes I wonder how single people cope in the winter in this place. Yeah, but like, you know what the Bible says, like two. It's better to be two than to be one here, because it's always really cold and it's always really lonely. It's always really dry. Yeah. Like you really can't go to so many places like you can go now. Like if this was winter, before we would be able to organize this kind of meeting, even like we're going to have to like contemplate and like procrastinate because of the cold, like driving all the way and coming here, like it's going to be like different if it were winter.
When we got down when we were at the airport, when we got here, I think the winter was actually leaving then. It was April, the snow and everything was melting, but it was pretty cold. It was about minus something, that
was spring.
We're still feeling minus 10, we're still same, and it was really cold. But I mean, if people here can survive, if people here can survive, we're going ahead. I'm not.
Your pendant says it's.
Yes, I can. Yes, I can. So I can do all things. So the winter is not. It's not. I don't want to put that. I just want to be here, settle down, make money, and just be happy. You know. So
I'm glad you are looking forward to it. And so I'm going to have for you my final question. And this is just: will you move back to Nigeria? When you came here, did you come here to settle? Was it like last bus stop, final? Will you move back to Nigeria?
I mean, if God says move back to Nigeria tomorrow,
like if God says, okay, so we shouldn't leave God out of our lives for sure. Like if God tells us stuff, it's only wise for us to follow the instruction. But on your own?
On my own, no. I don't see any reason why I want to go back. See, let me tell you about, this is like my story at the back of my mind, right? So we went to church, we go to Winners, and we went to church one of the third Sundays or so when we moved to Calgary. And I saw this man, he came to give his testimony, funny testimony, right? People laughed, but I've been in that situation before. Yeah. And I know how he felt. And he said, he's so happy that he's in Canada. His testimony, I know when maybe most people will see coming to Canada not as a testimony, right? But for me and my wife, it is a testimony for us. And we kind of related with that man. And it was like, oh, since he came, that every weekend, he came from Benin, every weekend or so, he always goes to the hospital to check, do high blood pressure. And his his blood pressure was really high. And he came to the church, because in the church we have a station where you can check and he went to check and the blood pressure was low, and since then it has not gone up. That this is like the first time in his life where he's, and I mean, I'm not suffering from any of that, but in my mind I'm like, there's this peace, there's this comfort, there's this joy. Every morning when I wake up I say, God, I thank you, I'm so happy to be here. And so for now I don't think so. By the grace of God, when our brothers we've left back home, build it. Please don't put that. Don't put that. I'm not just going back.
Okay. So it's very interesting because people ask me what are my plans? Do I plan to retire here? Do I plan to stay here? I've met people here who haven't gone back to Nigeria for the past maybe 10 years that they've been here. And sometimes I wonder how is this even possible? Like, I've been here for 3 years. I miss my family so much. Unfortunately, I can't bring all of them over. I wish I could, but sometimes I just miss home. I miss the streets of Lagos. And I ask myself, am I going to be here? Like, I don't miss Nigeria, like in the sense to go live in Nigeria again. I don't want stress in my life. If Canada is not working, if I even have to leave Canada will always work for us by God's grace. But even if it doesn't work and I have to go somewhere, I have my passport now. I'll go somewhere else. I'll go to some other country to settle. But settling in Nigeria requires this level of craziness, madness that you have to have. And I think that madness might have left me now. I don't have time to shout with somebody or talk to an agbero now. I don't have that level of energy anymore. But at the same time, I don't know if I want to retire in this country, Canada, because Canada has a way of taking from you. If you're not smart enough to be the type of person who sets up a business and then you have something that is like really sustainable and that brings in so much income, and you have a very smart accountant who can help you like file your taxes so you're not giving away all your money, you end up seeing that like there are people making a lot of money here and like 45-50% of their money is going away in taxes. I don't want that to be my case. I don't want to get to a stage where I'm supposed to be enjoying my money and I'm paying it out in taxes. So those are the things I'm considering. I know I'm still young, but like for the future, I really don't know if I want to stay. If this whole taxation continues this way, I know the taxes, people say, oh, it's for a good life. Well, if you don't live here, you can't understand. Like, I was talking to someone that I got a check of $1,500 from my work. And what was paid to me was $900 because the rest went away in taxes.
I thought it's a 5% tax was supposed to pay here.
The thing there is that the more they think you make, the more they feel they need to take from you. That's how it works here. So there are people who pay very little taxes. The higher you go, when I came to like we're beneficiaries of other people's tax. So they take people's tax and used to give us benefits, childcare, all our benefits were high. But as I started to get better jobs, better pay and stuff, my taxes started to, it's crazy. So I don't know if I want to continue this like all my life to pay this kind of taxes. So that's why you see people go to Nigeria now, they go to build houses. When they are old, they go. Another thing is like when you're old, like you see 90-year-old people here driving. You can't afford to get a driver here. You can't. So many things like that make me wonder. And that's why I asked you this question. If you came here with a mindset of, okay, I'm only here to work for 5 years or 10 years and then I'll go back. I know as time goes on.
This is the mindset I have, and it's the same my wife also has. We were really happy Canada allowed us to come here. We want to make very good use of every little opportunity we find that comes knocking on our door. And I mean, we want to explore, travel around the world. Canada is actually not the final bus stop, but Nigeria is not where we want to go back to.
So no more Egypt.
once we can have a
Nigeria
document,
is not
we can,
Egypt.
yes, so we can have our passport, or once we have that, we just want to find ourselves traveling all around the world. You know, if the Nigerian passport could allow us travel, maybe we won't want to stay here. You know, we can always just wake up one morning, go to another country. I landed in New York in 2017, and I was like, oh my God, like my mind was blown away, you know. So I want to experience the world. I want to see the world. I want to go to different places. I don't believe in, oh, I'm in Canada here. I've been here for like maybe 5 years, and every year I should go on vacation, or twice in a year, you know, go on vacation, have a nice time.
That's how it should be.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for honoring
Thank you so much.
doing this interview. I'm sure I've had fun today, and I'm sure people who watch this, I'm sure they'll learn a thing or two from your story.
I hope so.
And thank you so much. And
thank you so much for having me.
I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it's quite longer than my usual videos, but I'm sure it was so insightful. I had fun myself. Don't forget to reach out to Ishak on Instagram at Mr. Adore. I've put it here on the screen. If you have any personal questions you want to ask him, he has told me on this video that he's looking forward to hearing from you guys, and he plans to answer as many questions as possible in his free time, so you can reach out to him. If you get value from these videos I make, I ask that you please subscribe to this channel and turn on the notifications so you don't miss any of the videos I make. Also, if you have any personal questions which you don't want to make public in the comment sections, you can reach out to me on Instagram at @tplosphotography, and I would gladly answer you in my free time. Thank you for making it to the end of this video. I look forward to seeing you guys in the next one. And that's all for now. Until I see you guys again. Peace out. Bye.